Hi Stampin' Friends, this is Angela Meyer with Wild Violets Art. I hope you're having a good day. I'm going to show you how to make the clouds that I made in this Hippest Hippo card that's on my blog. The clouds are so cute and I just love how they showed up. I've made them for this card that my class is going to be participating in here in a few weeks or a couple weeks. And I made it for this card as well. Slightly different coloring, but you can see that the clouds are just adorable. They add so much to the card when you've got little whimsical look. Even this Christmas greeting, I think it just looks like you're at the top of the clouds of some snowy mountain, and super fun. So what I'm going to show you is I'm using the cloud die from the basic border dies. As you can see, this cloud makes a great cloud border when you're trying to get that look. I mean, you could even stagger some in a card if you wanted to have that layered look as well. But I'm using this as a die. I'm going to be using my blending brush. I'm using Tahitian Tide for this little cloud. The Tahitian Tide just makes a beautiful blue and for a sky. So let's get started. So the Hippest Hippo, cute little stamp set, and this is free from Celebration, and just right inside page 4 and 5 are all kinds of more cute ideas for the Hippest Hippo. So let's get started on the background. So the measurements for this are in my blog, but what I'm going to do is okay, so I'm going to start from the top, and this is a 6-inch piece of scrap white that I'm using, and I'm going to start from the top. So most of the color is up there. And then I'm going to move down and make sure that my cloud is different, and most of my color is going to be across here and less is going to be in this area because I don't want my cloud to get too dark. You can just be patient and just continue to color till you get about the right look that you want. Flipping it over. It's a little more color than I wanted in that one area. But as you continue to create the clouds back and forth, you'll find that the overall achievement is going to look really great. So you can see it's just a really bright, bold bunch of clouds. So you get the sky down below and it just gives it a little bit more color. We're going to do one more, a little bit further. Just to make sure that there isn't anything that looks a little too plain, because we're going to have the ocean. So isn't that cute? Okay, now we'll make the rest of the card. So I used the In Color glimmer paper for my little ocean. And when I cut it out into 3-inch strips so that it matches the paper just perfectly. And as I cut it out, what I found was that I cut out both sides. Like, this is the die cut, and then I just cut out the extra so that when I stagger them, you'll find that, and I'm going to stagger the different colors in different places, that you end up with a little bit more variety to your ocean. So you can see that for each wave, it just has a little bit of a different look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these approximately where I want, and I'm just going to glue one side. Let's see, I'm going to start with this one, I think, because this one's the widest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue the bottom. And that way I can tuck them up underneath each other. Because I want them just to barely overlap. And that way I can tuck the little boat in. See, it just barely overlaps. This is going to be the last one, so I'm going to go ahead and glue the whole thing. So we get lots of water behind. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place my little boat in here, kind of figure out where I want it. And you'll find there's enough glue down there already. And then I have my little hippo. He's already colored. I used gray granite. All the instructions are in my blog. And I think I'm going to cut off the bottom part of his body so that it doesn't have a hard time fitting in here. And that way I can place him without there being too much trouble. I'm going to use dimensionals, Stampin' Dimensionals, to prop him up. So I'll just use a couple here. And then I've got this little bit of string. Now, if you don't want to use glues, you can use tear and tape as well. It may be a little bit less messy. When I'm placing the glue dots, I'm kind of rolling them up so that they don't take up as much space. And I'm going to tuck it behind here. It's a little bit too long. When my fat fingers get in the way, using a little bit of now I'm going to put the little buoy in. And when I have some little fine work like this, I think that a glue dot is probably the best. Okay, and I'm going to pop up his little rudder. And then when it comes time for the little water droplets, just a dab of glue on each one. Make it look like this engine is making a mess of water out there, just splashing about. This die set and this little stamp set is just adorable. Okay. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the sentiment on this little piece. This was from the mini pocket dies, or mini pocket envelope dies, just because it's cute and little for this sentiment. This is also on my blog. All right, now I'm going to layer it. All the measurements for these pieces that nest so nicely are on my blog as well. Now, if you're wondering about the little hat on my guy, I hand drew these because I thought he just needed a little bit more to look like a sailor, and so I can't really help you with that. I don't know of any dies that have that look, but if you want to just copy what I did, you're more than welcome to. I love Celebration. This die set and the stamp set each are $50 and with a $50 purchase. So to get the stamp set, it's a $50 purchase. You can get the dies for free, or the stamp set for free. And if you purchase another $50, then you get the dies for free as well. I think you're going to want these for... I sent this card actually to my grandson because I knew that he would enjoy something like this. It's just a little handmade, hand-drawn little hat just to give that little extra. As you can see on all my dimensionals, I cut every edge because I use actually absolutely every piece that I can find. Okay. And if you're just wondering, this is also on my blog. I'm using the Fine Sparkle Adhesive gems. So they're super cute. Here we go. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed my video. Be sure to click on like and subscribe so that you get all my latest videos, and I'll talk to you soon.